Hello everyone, Bill here, STL Puckhead, back with another video. This week's video is going to be a little bit different. As I've talked about on my channel before, we're in the process of buying a house, so my budget has been temporarily modified. But today, I made a trip to one of the local antique stores and picked up a couple classic junk wax era boxes. So I'm gonna combine this. It's gonna be a 2-box break over a series of about 4 videos. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one row of each box and break it per video. So it'll be 8 total columns, 4 in each box. And I'll do 2 of each one in each video to divide it out over 4 videos until I get the entire box ripped through. So I'm going to flip this camera around, show you what I've got to open up, and then I'll get started ripping packs. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, I'm back for the second half of the video. As you can see, I've got a box of 1987 Topps, and I've got a box of 89 NBA hoops. These two products back in the day, the 87 Topps, I was 12 years old when these came out, and I can't even tell you how many packs of these cards that I ripped through. So we all know what's in them, some really cool cards, so we'll see what I can pull out of these boxes today. And then the 89 hoops, this is the first basketball product that I was ever really able to find. Back where I grew up, we didn't have a local card store around until a few years later. And really this set is what made basketball cards more available to me. They were all over the place. They were in a local pharmacy right down the road we used to go to and buy cards at all the time. So I had quite a few of these back in the day. But in the late 90s, I started selling a bunch of my basketball and football cards. And then probably around 2010 or 11, I went through all the rest of my basketball cards, pulled all the stars out, and then just threw all the rest of the commons away. So I don't really have a lot of these hoops cards. So I'm pretty excited to get into these. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one stack of each one of these boxes out. And this is what I'm going to rip today, is this top left chunk of each box. Now, these aren't, BBCE sealed boxes or anything. Like I said, I got these at the local antique store. But I have bought stuff from this dealer before. I actually bought a box of 86 Donruss from him. And I got 2 Fred McGriffs and a Jose Canseco out of that box. So I'm pretty confident that these boxes haven't been searched and all pulled apart and gone through. So with these hoops with these hoops packs, really what I'm looking for, of course, Michael Jordan, but also both the David Robinson cards. I have his rookie card where he's at the free throw line in a PSA 9 that I bought off of Chris not too long ago. But I'm really hoping to get his rookie where he's holding up his jersey at draft night. I've never owned that card and was never able to pull it out of packs. So I don't know how long it's going to take to go through all these. I'm going to shoot for, to be in the 20-minute mark or so. So hopefully we pull some good cards out of here. And hopefully they're in good condition. I'd really like to get, a lot of the cards that are going to be in these sets. I'd like to be able to get them and pull them and send them into SGC and get them graded and have them come back as 9s. I'd be good with 9s because some of these are pretty expensive, graded as 10s. Bo Jackson, Barry Bonds. Those are pretty pricey cards graded in 10s. So let's see who took the casualty to the gum. Eric Show. That's fortunate for me, unfortunate for him. Flip these around here. Here's the Topps drawing card. So first pack, we have Dan Petrie, Phil Niekro, Hall of Famer, Dane Orge, Craig Nettles, Davey Lopes, Cliff Speck, Ron Darling, Brett Saberhagen. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. We all know what's in them. I'm just looking for the best cards anyway. Bob Brenly, Wally Backman, Daryl Boston, Mike Krukow, and Rich Yet. Or is that Yeti? I can't even read it. I'm going blind in my old age. Rich Yet. So far they look like they're in pretty good condition. They're centered. Look like the corners are clean. So if we pull some of the good ones out of here, they may be candidates to send into SGC and maybe get graded. So I'm going to just do the stack of 87 Topps first, and then I'll do the stack of hoops. I meant to grab scissors because the hoops come in trash bag packs, but I forgot. So, all right, another common took the gum, so that's lucky. I'm not going to eat the gum. I ate some not too long ago, and it still tastes like bubble gum. It just turned into powder in my mouth and was pretty gross, so I don't have a desire to do that again. Jerry Reed, Frank Pastore, Rick Rhoden, Bill Madlock, Lance Parrish, Carl Willis, Kelly Gruber. He had a couple good years. He was a pretty good player back in the day. Leon Durham, Greg Matthews, Mariano Duncan. Nothing in that pack. And this guy, every time I go to the antique store, he's got several boxes in a case. He's got a box of 84 Topps that I would love to get a hold of, but he's asking like $450 for it, or $350, somewhere around there, which I'm not going to pay for it. Not that that's really a bad deal. It's just I'm not going to pay that much for a box of 84 Topps. I'll just buy the Don Mattingly and call it a day. So there's Kevin Mitchell, former MVP. Roy Lee Jackson, Steve Ontiveros. More commons, Floyd Bannister. There we go, Will Clark rookie card. I don't know if he'll ever make the Hall of Fame, but he was a pretty good player for a long time. Glad to see him finish up his career with the Cardinals. Hal McRae, Sean Dunston, Tim Conroy, Steve Boris, Lenny Dykstra, Bob Kearney. So I have no idea, again, how long this video is going to be. I've never ripped any packs open on my channel yet, so I'll go through these a lot faster than I would be if I was just ripping them for my own entertainment, so you guys aren't bored to death. That's 2 cards stuck together with the gum. Rick Honeycutt, Terry Francona, Steve Lyons. There we go. Cal Ripken, Hall of Famer. Lugo, Dave's Fame, Clancy, Dave Drebecki, Jim Morrison, Rupert Jones, Bob Forsch, pretty good pitcher for the Cardinals for many years, Pat Clements, so today's Jackie Robinson Day. I watched the Cardinals lose to the Pirates a little bit ago. Roger Clemens, second gum card. That's stuck. So probably not a grading candidate there. I think I've actually got my tripod on my camera too close to me. I don't have enough room to maneuver in here. I'll try to keep them on the screen as best I can. Rich Gossage, Kirby Puckett, back-to-back Hall of Famers, Ruben Sierra's rookie card. Another good player. I don't know if he'll ever make the Hall of Fame, but if you don't know Ruben Sierra real well, go on to Baseball Reference or something like that and take a look at his career numbers. Ruben Sierra was a really good player for a long time, and it may surprise you that his numbers are probably not that far off from being a Hall of Famer. Kind of got my stacks mixed up here, but I'll go through them after this video's done and go back through and sort everything out. So I'd really like to find a really nice Bo Jackson Future Stars. It's probably my favorite card in this set. And I really liked Mark McGwire also. But yeah, I just remember opening so many of these up, and there were so many good cards in this set. Just so many memories. I remember, there's Tommy John. I remember Mike Greenwell's card, his rookie card is in here, being worth about $5 according to Beckett back in the day. Oral Hershiser. Phil's brother Joe, Rick Cerrone, Jim Leyland, Dick Hauser, rest in peace. Not much that pack. Pat Tabler on the back to take the wax stain. Johnny Ray and Chico Walker stuck together. Cool story about Johnny Ray. So back when I was a really young kid, one of my earliest baseball games we ever went to, we did not have much money growing up and didn't get to go to games and do stuff like that very often. Well, we had seats, and I don't even know how my dad got them, right up the third baseline, like second row, right behind the Pirates dugout at Busch Stadium. And, you know, I had two younger brothers, so it's myself, my two younger brothers, my mom and dad at the Cardinals game. And Johnny Ray had broken a bat, cracked it, not really like broken, and walked out of the dugout and pointed to me and rolled that bat across the dugout to my mom for her to grab to give to us kids. And we had that bat many, many years. I think we played some baseball with it in the backyard, and I think eventually we broke it or lost it in one of our many moves from back in the day. But that was just a really cool moment from a ball game that Johnny Ray's card just brought back to me that I'd kind of forgotten about. All right, Harold Reynolds, he had a couple pretty good years for the Mariners. There's Hall of Famer Jack Morris, Gorman Thomas, Andres Thomas. Jose Rijo was a good pitcher for a while. Terry Pendleton won an MVP with the Braves. Rob Deere, 20 strikeouts, or 20 home runs, a 220 average, and about 20 strikeouts every year. All right, Dave LaPointe takes the gum. Stuck to Dave Kingman. So there's Wild Thing, Mitch Williams rookie card. Roger Craig, good manager for some good teams for the Giants back in the day. Burt Blyleven, Hall of Famer. Vida Blue was a good pitcher there for a while. Ron Guidry. Tony Fernandez and Hall of Famer Ted Simmons. Glad to see him make it into the Hall of Fame, especially as a Cardinals fan. He spent most of his best years of his career with the Cardinals. So not anything major that round in the Topps box. So let me see. We've got Hall of Famer Ted Simmons, Bert Blyleven, Jack Morris, Gary Carter, Hall of Very Good, maybe one day Hall of Famer Keith Hernandez. We've got Joe Niekro, Oral Hershiser, another Hall of Very Good, Tommy John. We've got Ruben Sierra's rookie card. We've got Roger Clemens All-Star, Will Clark's rookie card, Kevin Mitchell, Bruce Saberhagen, and Craig Nettles was a very good player. Or actually Greg Nettles. Kirby Puckett, Rich Gossage, Goose Gossage, Cal Ripken, Lenny Dykstra. That's not his rookie card, but. And then Hall of Famer Phil Niekro. So that corner of the box was a little bit light, but those are the best cards that we pulled out of the Topps box. So now I'll flip over and start doing the hoops. So yeah, I would like to get any of the Hall of Famers out of the hoops boxes, but especially the Jordans and the Magics, and then like I said, the Robinsons. These are his rookie cards. Bird, Scottie Pippen, Elijah Wan, Drexler. Let's see, Ron Harper, Harold Pressey, father of Phil Pressey, used to play for Mizzou. There we go. Hall of Famer Robert Parrish, Steve Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Frank Brickowski, Chris Morris, Michael Cage, Johnny Stockton, Patrick Ewing, and David Rivers. So not a bad pack there. What, 5 or 6 Hall of Famers came out of that first pack. Off to a good start with the hoops box. So this hoops box, I think I paid $50 for, and the Topps box I paid almost. I think the hoops box was like $48, and the Topps box was $38, something like that. So I spent close to $90 at the at the antique store today. Alex English on top, Otis Thorpe, Danny Manning, Hanslick, I don't remember him at all. Wow, look at that name. Krista Kowiak, Shelton Jones, Grant Long, Eddie Johnson, Craig Hodges, Donaldson, Chris Mullen, Lenny Wilkins, Rodney McRae, Reggie Lewis, and Purvis Short. So Reggie Lewis, unfortunately, passed before his prime. Was a beast. Could have been a Hall of Famer, probably. All right, pack number 3. We've got Muggsy Bogues on the back. John Stockton. Craig Elo, Danny Ainge. He was a star. Hakeem Olajuwon, Danny Ainge, former almost two-sport player. He has Toronto Blue Jays rookie cards. I always liked Muggsy Bogues. Hopefully this lighting is okay, and hopefully the camera will stay clear. I just kind of threw everything on the table and decided to go ahead and start ripping. So John Bagley, Del Harris, Liddell Eccles. There's Magic, Mark Eaton, Dick Versace, Kevin Willis, James Edward, Gary Grant, Alex English, Jay Humphreys, Hersey Hawkins, Scott Clemming, or Hastings, Kevin Johnson, and Horace Grant. Kevin Johnson started off pretty good with his career. It looked like he was going to be a superstar. Unfortunately, injuries kind of derailed him. But I remember Kevin Johnson cards were pretty highly sought after back in these days when this product was fresh on shelves. All right, Dick Harper, Ricky Berry, Ronnie Cycli. He was a very good player back in the day. Cotton Fitzsimmons. There we go. There's MJ. It's a little off-centered right to left, but I will take that. John McLeod, Mitch Richmond, Brad Daugherty, James Peterson, Kevin McHale, Terry Porter, very good player. Don Nelson, coached some pretty good Golden State teams. Larry Brown, and Keith Lee. So if you like seeing this type of content, let me know in the comments, and I'll continue to make these types of videos. I buy a lot of junk wax boxes, but I don't know if anybody wants to see me rip something like 90 Donruss or 91 Fleer or anything like that. So my SGC reveal win, lose, or draw version video is doing the best on my channel so far. It's got close to about 400 views. So here's Jack Sikma, COG Sports Cards' favorite player. If they see this video, there's a pretty good running joke on their channel about Jack Sikma. He's a Hall of Famer. There's Hall of Famer Wes Unseld, Tom Chambers, Thurl Bailey, Vern Fleming, Reggie Theus, Vinnie Johnson, Danny Manning, Grant Long rounds out that pack. All right, there's Michael Jordan's All-Star. Once again, a little off-centered right to left. But I don't currently have the, well, I have the complete set that I bought here recently in an antique store, but they're not in the greatest condition. So these are going to be my best condition cards that I have of these for sure. Scott Skiles, all-time or single game assist leader. I think he still has a record over 20 assists in a game. Who was he? He was head coaching here recently. I can't remember who for. Moses Malone, Hall of Famer. Tom Chambers, John Paxson, Herb Williams, Ralph Sampson, Hall of Famer. Tony Campbell. There we go. Larry Legend. I was, being from Missouri, we didn't have a basketball team close growing up, so I was a big Celtics fan. And I always liked the Pacers, too. They were the closest team, the Pacers were. So I was big into Larry Bird. There's that Jack Sikma again, Wes Unseld, Tom Chambers, Thurl Bailey, Vern Fleming, Reggie Theus, and Vinnie Johnson, another good player. All right, last pack of the hoops. Phil Jackson, Eddie Johnson, Craig Hodges, James Donaldson, Chris Mullin again, Lenny Wilkins. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame as a coach or not. I'll have to check that out. There's Dominique. Mark Aguirre, good player. And then the last one is Mark West. All right, that'll wrap it up for this top left quadrant of each one of these boxes. I'll get the next chunk of them out hopefully Friday of the upcoming week. If not, definitely Saturday or Sunday. So if you stuck around for this probably 25-minute video, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Please throw the video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.